So a few days ago, I was looking at options, and I saw Tesla. They had just had their earnings, and I saw like after their earnings release, the option calls were up like 3,000%. So I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I want to try this. And I had already done options before recently, but I hadn't had like amazing success. I didn't lose too much money, but I didn't make money obviously. But I was willing to give it one more shot. And so I saw Airbnb was about to release their earnings. I'm pretty sure they're releasing them either Thursday or Friday after ours. And basically, I bought a call and a put because I was expecting a lot of volatility. And now looking back on it, that was probably not the smartest thing to do. I probably should have just not bought them at all because I later figured out that so I bought an $81 call and I think an $85 put. I don't remember exactly what, but basically it was expiring the next day. So I was like, okay, I might as well just give it a shot. Their earnings are about to release. But I forgot about the second most important, or probably the most important thing when doing earnings calls on options, and that's IV. IV is implied volatility, and it basically means that if there's very high IV, you basically need it to be extremely volatile. That's why it's called implied volatility. So the higher up it is, basically the more volatile the stock needs to be. And I wasn't paying attention to it because I was like, you know what, it's it's earnings, it's going to be big either way. And Tesla's earnings, the reason why they were up 3,000% was because their IV was lower to the point where the stock had risen 20%, which is insane. Like the IV could not predict that. So basically, that no, even though the IV was high, the stock had just risen so much to the point where IV didn't even matter, and the calls were just up so much. But in my case, I wasn't paying attention to IV, and I should have been. But it was, I'm pretty sure at the start of the day, it was already up well over 100%, which is extremely high. And by the end of the day, it was at 400%, which is like you don't want to be in a call or a put if the IV is at 400% because that's ridiculously high. You're not going to make any money. You're just going to lose all your money. You're basically throwing your money away. And I wasn't paying attention to that, so I just went in without like doing any sort of like good research. And obviously that's stupid. Like I know that what I was doing is extremely stupid. But at the same time, I lost $150 because of this. It would have been more, but I ended up selling my put for like $10 because it basically Airbnb dropped. It went down like $15, which is not enough. It can't counter the IV there because it needs to drop way more than that if I wanted to actually make money. But yeah, basically IV was too high. I got what's called IV crushed. It happens all the time with earnings plays. And I just wasn't paying attention. I should have not done that. But with that being said, I don't want to do options anymore. Because options is just, I've been thinking about it. Options is kind of a loser's game. Like, it's basically gambling. Because the chance of you winning on options, there's so many like factors that are against you, such as time decay, IV, and then it's just like really rare for like you need volatility too, like you need the stock to go in your direction, and if it doesn't, then you're gonna lose money. So it's literally basically a loser's game or just gambling, whatever you want to say. So I think I'm gonna be done with options, but with that being said, I'm gonna go to futures because I had a strategy with futures that was pretty good, and I had gotten funded before, so I'm gonna try futures again because I saw most success in futures, and it was actually pretty fun. I enjoyed doing it. But yeah, I just feel like futures is like better than options because it's not really like it's obviously still gambling at the end of the day. It's trading, it's day trading, but I feel like you can actually like develop a really good strategy with futures. And I'm not saying you can't with options, but with options, it takes a lot more knowledge and like skill as opposed to futures, in my opinion. Because I feel like with futures, it's just up or down. with options, it's like you have to really like, take account into a lot of fundamentals too. So, with that being said, I'm just gonna do futures and I'm completely done with options. So, that's kind of my story, and that's about it. Thank you for watching.